Welcome to Right Fit Leader, a podcast from Alec Broadfoot and the Hire with Confidence team at VisionSpark. This is where visionaries, entrepreneurs, and leaders learn how to hire leaders, lead better, and build teams that last. Through expert insights, real client stories, and conversations with top leaders, you will hear how we find A players for your business. This is Right Fit Leader.
Hi, Kyle. Thank you so much for being here live with us at the EOS Conference at the VisionSpark booth on the Right Fit Leader podcast.
Thank you. I feel like I'm between the ferns, but hopefully we'll have fun.
Yeah, always have a good time. So why don't you tell our listeners who you are, who you're with, and who you help.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kyle Mealy. Today I'm full energy mode, so I'm the visionary of ENRG, ENRG. Official pronunciation, just live for the VisionSpark podcast listeners.
Yes.
It is ENRG. It's the Entrepreneurial Networking Resource Group. And what do? We help entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial organizations, find their who's and how's across this context and content of EOS.
Awesome. And I heard that there was some exciting news just recently announced at or near the EOS conference. Are you able to share what that exciting news is?
Yes. So as of literally this morning, ENRG is the new steward of the EOS conference.
So tell us, what does that mean exactly?
It means that there's a really intentional partnership with EOS Worldwide for ENRG to lead the execution and performance and the fun of the EOS conference.
Wow. So that will be your rock?
I don't have rocks. I'm a visionary. Thank you, EOS, for helping me with that.
No. EOS pure here. I love it.
No, but EOS runs on ENRG, of course, or ENRG runs on EOS.
Yeah.
So we have a VTO. I sit in the visionary seat. I have an incredible integrator.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Now, tell us a little bit about the why behind ENRG. What started it? Do you have a story you could share with us about that?
Yeah, it's funny. ENRG made some noise over the last year. We actually, Forrester and I, he kind of gets the title of emeritus founder of ENRG because he had ENRG first. I had another group, and we merged them, and we actually shook hands on it at EOS Conference 2025. We shook hands on this concept.
So this is 1 year old.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
we slightly tweaked the brand, and both Forrest and I, at the very core of this thing, and this is when you think about the why and the soul of ENRG, it's to help first. And so what did Forrest and I do? He was an integrator, I'm a visionary, and we jammed these two puzzle pieces together and built this thing that was going to help local communities in the national and international community around EOS. And so that's the why behind it is, and it's funny now with the context of the conference, Forrest and I became friends at EOS Conference.
Wow.
And we only saw each other once a year. It's not like a Milwaukee guy goes down to Alabama that often. I get to go there next week, actually. And May 1st, I'm doing a keynote.
Nice.
And I would go home, and all this energy that I felt at the conference would just dissipate because I didn't know many people in the Milwaukee area that ran on EOS or talked EOS. And it just kind of, frankly, it sucked.
Yeah.
And so we knew there were all these people who wanted to bring this energy home and keep talking about EOS every month. And so that's kind of the soul of ENRG. And skipping ahead now, June 1st, we launched with about 4 chapters after we merged things. And by November, I think we had 60 chapters. In February, we got a license with EOS, and we had 75 chapters. Here we are at the conference now, north of 80 chapters. We had a bunch of implementers, really excited to get involved.
That is awesome. So we had Cam Lawson on our podcast earlier today.
Sure.
But in case somebody missed that podcast, can you tell people either that are running on EOS or curious about EOS, how can they find their local ENRG chapter?
Yeah, here's what I would say. ENRG.life, so ENRG.life. You just look for the location that's nearest you. If there isn't one, there's a virtual chapter that you can attend wherever you are. So if you miss your local chapter, you just hop onto the virtual one.
Awesome.
They're held once a month, and it's free to attend. It's free to join. It is literally just a bunch of us kind of friends of EOS or entrepreneurs who need help and don't know where to start. This is where to start.
Awesome. So one last question. On this podcast, we talk a lot about Right Fit leaders, obviously. As a visionary, I know you have surrounded yourself with a lot of Right Fit leaders. So can you tell our visionaries that are listening, what excitement, joy, freedom do you have because you have surrounded yourself with right fit leaders?
Oh boy. So I'm going to go back a little bit. Since you opened the door, I'm going to take the door.
Yeah.
And I get to talk a little bit of my history because I'm a nobody in this space, and I just have been working on this. So yes, it seems like ENRG popped up out of nowhere, but it's really been 6 years of connecting with all the incredible sponsors around the community, all the implementers, and then the visionaries and integrators. And I learned, I'm a sponge. And so when I started my entrepreneurial venture, because I came in as an employee, as a sponsor of the conference, and now I run I have my own company that sponsors, I had to go through this right leader issue. And as a visionary, first of all, I'm terrible at hiring because I love everybody. Second of all, I feel like I can, make things work irregardless of, I know that's a made up word, but you can deal with it.
Yeah.
I can make it work just because how much I care and I want to help, but that's just not running a business. That's just, being friends.
Yeah.
And so ENRG really has had this gift of these incredible servant leaders who have come to my call and put themselves out there to make this all happen, and I wouldn't be able to do it. And so this is a good chance to thank Sherry Hoyveld, who is my integrator at ENRG, who is just taken us to a whole nother level, so I'm always grateful for her. Then I think about my integrator at Next Level Revenue, Sean Carroll, who, holds down the fort. He's the foundation. He's given me, the EOS life to be able to be free to chase other passions like EOS, the EOS Conference and ENRG. And so at the end of the day, I think it takes courage as a visionary to find the right leader, because it's so easy to just love that person and kind of ignore what's not working.
Yeah.
And as a visionary,
true.
we avoid pain. And so my hope you hear is there is that right puzzle piece out there. There is that right leader for you. Don't be afraid to go into the discomfort to find it, because when you do, everything is different.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Kyle, for being here today. We loved having you as a guest. And if our listeners need their next right fit leader, feel free to reach out to VisionSpark at visionsparksearch.com. And you're one hiring strategy away from finding your next right fit leader.
Thanks.